Yes, to clarify. Okay, so we are live. Sleep, stress, and emotions, ladies. All right. So I think this class is so exciting because I think that most of us start by kind of like diving into the aromatic benefits of essential oils. And then as you get more comfortable, you start finding the other ways to integrate them into your life. And sleep is critical. We know that. So the three, I just kind of want to walk through how one leads to the other, and it all starts with sleep. So, it's no secret that with sleep, it's that time when our bodies are healing and recovering and restoring. And what it does, it's it allows our body to finally relax enough to go through a cleansing process. And if we're not sleeping, then it's going to mean that our breath can't slow down very enough to let our brain reset. And if you start to build this deficit in your sleep, then you start to see that you're more stressed. You aren't recovering as well from your workouts. You aren't recovering as well from a stressful day before. And so it starts to compile. So starting with sleep is why it's so it's the beginning of any sort of ability to help manage our stress, support our stress and our emotions. And so some of these, this is an ebook I got off of doTERRA. So it's Essential Oils and Sleep. It's one of their many ebooks that they have, but I just found it so informative. And so I want to just read one thing. It's many adults, myself included, actually just talking about this the other day, don't receive the proper amount of sleep each night due to a number of circumstances. Frequent interruption, for whatever the reason is. Bedding not being so, who wants to buy expensive sheets? But apparently it can really help us. Unfavorable sleeping environments, consumption of caffeine or alcohol, demanding work schedules. Anybody? Distractions like technology. And so when you have those things that, we are so used to having kind of that intake all the time, when we go to sleep, it keeps our brains from hitting that REM at the right time and interrupting our sleep and all of those cycles that can happen. And so when you aren't sleeping, what happens the next day? It affects our emotions. It affects our behavior. We're shorter. We're less able to make quick decisions, complex decisions. Nicole's a teacher. Talk about putting all that together. You've got stimulus coming. You've got to teach these kids. It's a lot. So if we're not sleeping, then it's going to take a toll. So what can we do about it? We know that sleep is hard. And it's so important. And we know it's kind of, we struggle to figure it out. And not every day is good, but let's talk about what we can do about it. And so, of course, as I mentioned, the first thing is diffusing. I know that I've shared my favorite, and I think both of you also enjoy it, but is breathe. And putting breathe with lavender is helping open up your airways, which helps that deep breath cycle that gets you into that deep sleep. And right now, if any of you are anything like me and you suffer from seasonal issues, and getting good deep breaths is so important. I find when I lay down on the pillow, if I'm sleeping with my window open, then I start to get stuffy. So I've just been diffusing breathe and lavender on nonstop. But Another couple oils that I have found so helpful for sleep support that aren't like your traditional ones, like, lavender, of course, but is the Serenity Restful Blend is really awesome. It has a lot of those florals, so it's definitely more geared towards sleep. We're going to add in one more person. We got one more person joining us this morning. Serenity, yes. So let's read a little bit about what's in Serenity. We've got lavender, cedarwood, ylang ylang, Roman chamomile, vetiver, and Hawaiian sandalwood. So many awesome oils, and they're untraditional ones. So what I've done is like a blend like Serenity. I've kind of broke it down and pulled some of the other ones out and just tried them individually. I love the woody scents. Hi, Ashley. So I love these more like foresty. So we're talking about, Ashley, to bring you up to, we're talking about aromatic ways to support our sleep. So cedarwood's also really great, Siberian fir, and of course you can add lavender to all of these. But if you find something you really love, like, don't be afraid to just like throw it in that diffuser, add it to the bottom of your feet, because your feet are super absorbent, and then make that your daily routine. And like, I don't diffuse cedarwood any other time. Like, it's my bedtime blend. So yeah, if I smell it, I'm like, it's going to relax me and possibly put me to sleep. So you just want to find like some ways to help support that sleep and, play around with it. Some nights, I'm going to talk about adaptive in the sense of stress and emotional support. But if this is going to help you relax to go to sleep, then because you have had a high stress day, go for it. Like, this is incredible. Or one of the things I've been doing with my kids, and I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, but we all sleep like, with our hands near our face in some form. I will take a roller, and this is Rose. Awesome. And I'll put it on the back of their wrists. And so then they're smelling it. And like McKenna, my daughter, has just been obsessed with it. And so I actually will keep like a little roller of oils next to my bed along with my diffuser. And if I'm having trouble sleeping or I can't turn my brain off, I'll do that. I'll put it on the back of my wrists. I'll put it just somewhere where I can kind of get that added aromatic benefit. So that is some of the oils, like the aromatherapy part of it. Now, if you are looking for additional support, I want to talk a little bit about how we can use the oils internally to help support us to reduce that autonomic response. So the fight or flight, the stress, hormones that are in our body, things like that. So it's a couple of things that I do is I take a Copaiba soft gel every night. And the Copaiba is working within my body to help, like, there's that, I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to give it a go. So there is the way that essential oils can work with our cells is incredible. And they will permeate that level where it's going to help bad cells die off, go through their normal process. But what Copaiba in particular is doing is it is working with our body's nervous system response of the CB1 and CB2 receptors. And if you have ever looked into or ever considered like CBD, that is what that chemical is doing. But essential oils are doing it in a way that nothing else can do. So it is just the chemical compounds within that are helping those receptors bind and create that relaxing, soothing feeling when you're going to bed. If you are having any aches and pains, like when you finally relax your body, the copaiba is going to help reduce those feelings of tension and, you know, aches and pains. And I don't have the bottle, but the Serenity soft gels. So Serenity Blend you cannot use internally, but they formulated a soft gel with the oils that you can, and taking that right before you go to bed I took it a lot while I was pregnant, because I had terrible pregnancy insomnia, and it really just helped shut my brain off, and so I could get into that really restful sleep quickly. Nicole, you can totally not, but have you had a chance to try them? Because I know you were going to try them, I think, last month. Would you care to share it all? If you're in a position to share.
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I have used them a couple of times. They definitely relax. I definitely feel relaxed, like my muscles and all of that. My problem specifically is getting my brain to turn off. So if it's not going to turn off, but that's the same with anything that I've ever taken, is if my brain's not going to. But I can feel in my body. And when you're like comparing it to CBD, that is just like a very similar muscle relaxing.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you for sharing. So let's talk a little bit about the science, and then I'm going to go back to my ebook because, as previously mentioned. So the oils that help with sleep, and they are having, what's really cool is when you are, what's this word here? So there's the ketones. It's a chemical group that features an oxygen with a double bond that always occurs somewhere in the middle of like a carbon chain. I don't know what that means. But what it does is it supports healthy respiratory function. Like, as we mentioned, it promotes healthy digestion, and it has calming properties. So a lot of these oils that I mentioned, like lavender, Hawaiian sandalwood, those are incredible because they have those things that will help our respiratory system and help just calm our bodies down. So when you're looking at oils, if you are looking for some other ones to try and add into your routine, I mentioned Roman chamomile. Oddly enough, clary sage. I mean, I use clary sage to help support my cycle, but clary sage is apparently relaxing. The things you learn, right? And you want to choose oils that help create an ideal sleeping environment. So if you are like really, you want to keep an oil away from sleep because you like to use it all the time, then do that. But find other ones that you can just like designate for your sleep time routine, or blends for that matter. Like I said, the Breathe and the lavender are huge blends in our house. We love that. Hi. What's that?
Can I finish my episode?
Yeah. There? Yeah.
That?
Yeah. All right. We've got sleep down, right? So I'm going to share my screen really quick, and I want to show you both this one where you can find the ebooks, and two, something that I embarrassingly just learned, but it's so cool. So under the shop tab, and if you go to kits and collections, what's going on, guys? There we go. Oh man, we're just gonna go straight there. Kits and collections. there are specific LRP only collections, loyalty reward kits. And if you add them to your cart, then you get all of that. It's like it's a specialized kit. And so how I figured this out was when doTERRA was out of the On Guard hand sanitizer and the On Guard immunity soft gels, they had them available in these kits, so you could still get them. So I ordered an immune support kit, and then I actually just ordered the seasonal threats one too. But regardless, the Calm and Harmony kit was what I wanted to show you. And it's just really neat because it has a bunch of these sleep support oils, and it's an opportunity to get some oils that you wouldn't ever really think of. Or one of the things that I'll do, like I said with the immunity support kit, is if I'm low on a handful of oils, then I'll just get that kit. So I thought this was really neat. You don't have to get it, but I had no idea it existed until just recently. So I wanted to share that with you. And then the ebooks, if you scroll to the very bottom, the ebooks are right here under essential oil resources. And there's lots of them. They're really neat. So if you're interested in kind of poking around there. Okay, so let's dive into stress and emotions. And around October, when I started having to get back to go to work, I just realized that I needed some extra help. I needed some daily support with feelings of overwhelm, guilt, and wanting to be really good at my job and transition back, but then also wanting to still be feeling like I could handle it emotionally when you've got so much going on, and being a good mom and all the above. So Adaptive had gotten released in September at convention, and it had the capsules. And what I thought was, why not try this first? And so I started taking one of the Adaptive capsules every day. And on the days that I would miss it, I could 100% tell the difference. I was overwhelmed quicker. Yeah. I felt like I was on the verge of tears more. And so I just knew I could tell the difference. And I want to share this fact, is that one of the things in the Adaptive capsules, and then also just built into how they formulated the blend, was GABA. And GABA is a it's I think, and my fellow Nicole is my fellow scientist, but it just essentially a compound, and that it can be found to soothe mental and physical strain by it's inhibiting neural activity and calming certain emotions. So it's actually kind of shutting off that part of your overwhelm in your brain, and then kind of flooding your body with the ability, these same type of things that Copaiba is doing with your CB1 and CB2 receptors. So it has been a integral part of my daily routine. And I think now more so I've been able to not feel as overwhelmed if I miss a day, but I'm definitely using my essential oil on that day. So mental wellness is something that is kind of faux pas. It's getting less that way to talk about it, but I think it's so important that we're all inclined to try something natural, and or even help support whatever we're taking that's pharmaceutical in addition. So these oils are amazing. The Adaptive line is my absolute life-changing thing. I will open it up when my kiddos are having a hard day and just have them smell it. it is blended really well with citrus bloom, if you're interested in a fun blend, because I know you ladies both have that. It's awesome. But some other ways that I try and like stay ahead of it rather than always trying to treat it, because that's what this is, like natural and healthy lifestyle. We're always like trying to get ahead of it, right? And help on a daily basis. So even if I'm not having I'm going to have a really hard day, I still am trying to take my adaptive capsule. I am putting rolling balance on the back of my neck. I'm putting it on the bottom of my feet, morning and night. Lately, I've gotten into the practice of putting oil over my heart. You're getting that aromatic benefit, but rose oil is one of my favorites. Hope is a blend that doTERRA has. It actually 100% of the proceeds goes to help with the stop of human trafficking. And so this blend is really uplifting as well as just super calming. So I have that. And just that practice of intentional, like rolling it over my heart, taking a deep breath. Those are just some ways that I've learned that are a good part of my daily routine that help battle those emotions and that stress. So would either one of you care to share anything that you found helpful? No pressure. You can put it in the chat box too, if you're interested.
The capsules, the Serenity capsules have been pretty helpful for me. And then I really like using the linen spray on the pillows, and my kids do too. They think it's really fancy.
Yeah. So I sent Nicole a spray that basically I just put 20 drops of Serenity in an empty Serenity. I took the label off and made it pretty and put a sticker on it. But you can do that, a little bit of witch hazel to help preserve it, and fill it the rest of the way with water. It's an awesome option for reusing empties. And then just spray it on your pillow at night. Or my personal favorite is Siberian fir and lavender and a drop of frankincense. Those are great. Thanks for sharing that, Nicole. Okay, so some other ones that are like I want to just touch on that are kind of feel untraditional, but is doing a deep blue muscle massage when you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed. I know one of the places that I hold my stress is my shoulders and my neck. So getting a deep blue massage, even, just on yourself, either the rub or just the oil. I found the oil is a little less like in your face than the rub if you just want a little bit of a boost. So that's super relaxing. And then last but not least is just frankincense. Frankincense over the top of your head. And I love to keep my roller on hand next to my desk. If I'm like, all right, I need to focus. I need to bring myself down a little bit though. And so frankincense is really great. It helps me do that. So adding it to any blend or just on its own. So, that's a lot of that preventative, but back to kind of like if you're in the moment and you're struggling with something, and just remembering that taking your oils and putting them in the palm of your hand and forcing you to stop and take those deep, deep inhalations will help bring your body to a state of reset. And I mean, the power of breath, I know you both do yoga and you love it. We know the power of breath. And so just taking that deep breath, stopping your body for just a moment, taking, even taking 1 or 2 can be awesome to help bring down your stress levels and help balance out your emotions. So with that, anyone have any other asks or questions related, unrelated? Do you feel like you've got a couple of more tools, habits? Okay, awesome. I think the main thing is just creating that routine, creating that predictable thing that triggers your body to get ready for bed every night. When you get that oil out, you're going to have that response of relaxation no matter what the situation is. So how else can I support you guys today? Okay. Well, thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here. Remember to fill out the chat form that I plugged into the chat box. And I am super excited to be giving away some adaptive or balance this summer as we head back into fall and whatever the hell that's going to bring.
Right? Yep.
But if you guys have any topics for classes that you would like me to talk about, please just let me know. I try and think of things that are applicable to what's going on at that time. So, but I'm always open to suggestions.
Great. Thank you.
So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Have a good weekend.
Yes, you too. Bye.
Thanks, Katie.
Yeah.
Bye.
Nicole, let me know about connecting later.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Take care.